PCO calls out TNA management over lies and false promises. TNA are livid over PCO's off-script tirade, and CM Punk blasts Hulk Hogan on last night's Raw. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. So on Sunday, GCW hosted their biggest show ever, and PCO made the biggest noise ever. It sounded like this. Clang,
he
clang,
did.
clang.
It was quite impactful.
Hey!
See what I did there? He had the sledgehammer and everything. I was very surprised to see what went down as it went down, but it was yeah.
So PCO smashing up the TNA digital media title got a lot of people talking. Fightful Select reporting that GCW were unaware that PCO would do it, and TNA was shocked to see it happen. It comes as PCO's TNA deal was coming to an end. TNA sources saying that PCO would not be coming back after his outburst, and hours after that report and hours after our video dropped, PCO took to Twitter, and boy howdy did PCO take to Twitter.
He did. I mean, that's always a fun thing to do, go to Twitter, but he quote retweeted a fan sharing the moment from the show and saying, "Enough is enough. I totally lost it." He commented on the media coverage his segment on GCW was receiving, saying, "I never ever thought that the Digital Media Championship was going to be more over than the World Championship title." I guess that's what happens when you take a sledgehammer to a championship on someone else's show.
I mean, Fraser's done it before. We saw him do that thing that time at Wrestle Talk. PCO made it clear where his criticism within TNA was aimed. He says, "That roster is so awesome. The production team and the creative team in TNA are just so good. The new management..." That's the actual wording of PCO.
It's got there's an N at the end as well, so it's more like
How would you make the noise?
Like that. If people can't
noise.
see your screen and it's loud, it's worrying right now. Yeah.
Turn the volume way up on your device. That's the noise that PCO made. Scott D'Amore was the architect, PCO went on to say. "You need to get your evidence before judging." He then replied to another Twitter user saying TNA gave him, quote, "a load of lies, handshakes, and false promises."
PCO will pack, he said, "PCO will pack another major arena as a main eventer. PCO never lies, never bull S's people. Adversity makes us grow, and I pack places before TNA, and I will after TNA. It's time to monster up." This was also accompanied by a video of his match with AJ Francis from Slammiversary in Montreal. That's his home territory. So I feel like he's kind of suggesting he's going to return back to Montreal.
When a fan asked if PCO could be trusted to do something like this with his next employer after this outburst, PCO responded, "Find the truth first, judge after. I did everything by the book. They haven't called me since December 19th. I was willing to do good business for sure. They effed up." He later added that he'd been asked to take a major pay cut with a new deal. Now he quotes 70-100.
Yes.
So if you see this as a 70% pay
70% cut is what I assumed.
Yeah.
Or maybe like maybe he's saying a 30% cut there, but 70 is what I assumed when reading that text, which is a massive cut. Especially when we don't know what figure he was on, how much he was making with TNA, but any pay cut is not nice to hear.
No.
You know, going, "Hey, we can't actually pay you what you're currently on, so we're going to expect the same work from you, but we're going to pay you less." PCO
also revealed that he'd apparently received an offer and a big storyline pitch from AEW before they launched. He said, "I turned down AEW 3 times since 2018. He said, I was scheduled to face Kenny Omega on the first ever Double or Nothing in Vegas as the main event. I signed a 3-year deal with Ring of Honor instead."
That's wild. I can't imagine, I can't imagine PCO in AEW, but at that time, having that be the main match, I'll take him on his word there, but that is wild that could have been the first Double or Nothing main event.
It could have been, according to PCO. So we know that according to Fightful yesterday, we know that GCW were aware that the smashing of the belt was going to happen. TNA was shocked about it, but then following this tirade, Fightful Select gave us another update, didn't they?
Yes, they said they are of the belief that TNA was upset, in fact, livid over the situation. I'm not surprised there that they'd be livid over the situation. It's reported that he was set to finish with the company. PCO was set to finish with TNA this week after his contract expired. However, as you can imagine, he's not expected back anytime soon with the company. The Fightful report also adds they were of the belief that he was upset that his deal wasn't being renewed. And you can kind of assume that with the fact that he was also with the alluding to a 70% cut in pay. His deal not getting renewed, you'd be a little pissed.
Now, we at Cultaholic have reached out to PCO and said, come and talk about this. Waiting to hear back. I'll let you know if he does, and when we know more about it, we'll let you know more at cultaholic.com. Last night, Raw on Netflix, and we've got a few more stars in the Rumble, haven't we, Sir?
We do indeed. Kicking first off with Bayley, who officially moved over from SmackDown to Raw, declared for the Women's Royal Rumble. This is someone who I think could always have a chance of winning. Bayley, I mean, she's won one before, but I think you can't write her off. I don't think it's her year this year, but it's cool to have her in the Royal Rumble. But the man that I'm excited about to see in the Men's Royal Rumble, that I think there could be something there, I think this could be a big moment for him, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, there was something between him and Kevin Owens teased on Raw last night, which I'm intrigued by, but he's now officially entering the Men's Royal Rumble. As it stands, the Women's Royal Rumble is just Bayley and Nia Jax so far. I think that's going to be just them back and forth, in and out constantly. Until yesterday, it was just Nia Jax essentially doing a Monty Python Colin Bomber Harris for half an hour.
Who is going to throw her over the top rope? Who is going to throw her over the top rope? It's not going to happen.
That's the thing.
That's how she wins.
Who's going to do it?
So no one's going to try.
Meanwhile, the Men's Rumble already bulking up. Sami Zayn now joins LA Knight, Rey Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and John Cena. Wabadoo.
It's a huge Royal Rumble. This feels like the 2008 Royal Rumble poster to me.
Ooh.
Like the one where they're all in the underground, the locker room, and you've got the whole roster that always goes viral on Twitter every few months. How stacked the roster is. You've got Drew, Seth, Punk, Reigns, Cena. If you've got all of them at one moment in the Rumble, that's insane. It has to be John Cena's year, though.
Yeah, right? A lot of people believe that it's going to be.
It's got to be John Cena. He's got to get that third Rumble win under him, and then go on to WrestleMania. I just can't see right now anyone else doing it. I think there'll be some names coming close. I think we'll have a big final four: Seth, Punk, Reigns, and Cena.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
It'll be something like that. Either way, I'm excited. Who do you think will win the Rumble this year?
Do you know what? It sounds boring because you just said it, but it feels like it's John Cena's year. It really does. I mean, CM Punk made a good case for it, and I like the idea of CM Punk and Seth Rollins maybe being the two that start it and the two that end it. That feels quite cool. But CM Punk had a lot to say about the Rumble last night on Raw. He was interviewed during the show, took shots at several of the wrestlers in this year's Rumble. Cena got an ear chewing, Roman Reigns got an ear chewing, Sami Zayn got an ear chewing, almost, and then amongst all them, out of nowhere, Hulk Hogan got an ear chewing as well. CM Punk saying, and I quote, "You can put Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble. I'll throw his dusty ass over the top rope and I'll kill Hulkamania once and for all."
Hey.
We have heard and seen some mixed things. Oh, massive pop from Texas as well. Yeah, that star shone bright in the heart of Texas when they mentioned that Punk was going to throw Hogan's dusty ass over the top rope. We've seen some interesting reactions and heard some interesting reactions behind the scenes to Hulk Hogan getting booed on the Netflix premiere.
Yes.
Pat McAfee and co.
mocked him endlessly on their show the next day, which was very, very entertaining.
They had a great time with that.
It's very interesting. This is the second week in a row CM Punk has taken a little mild hint towards Hulk Hogan. Last week he was getting out the car and did the ear, and that got a boo but a pop at the same time. This week he's saying he throws dusty ass over the top rope. I'm really worried though that WWE will then go, should we just put him in there? Should we?
He can't.
He's going to be at Saturday night's main event this weekend, right? And what if he comes out there and does a PCO and goes, "I'm going to be in the Rumble. I'm going to be in the Rumble." They can't not put him in there now.
Oh, and then someone can throw his dusty ass.
And then
over.
you've got the eras. You've got Hulk Hogan,
certainly his eras.
John Cena, Roman Reigns, all three of them in the Rumble. I don't want to see it. Please don't do it.
Don't put that out. You forget the power we've got sometimes on these.
I know. Come on, Paul, if you're listening, don't do it.
Together, we've booked a pre-show for All In and a main event at WrestleMania. Yeah, we need to stop.
We do need to stop.
Can't be trusted.
Hey, maybe Punk's going to be the defender and throw his dusty ass over the top.
Yeah, and for more dusty ass wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.